Manual controls, built-in NDs, dual recording, flip-out touchscreen, Cine 4, 29 to 300mm equivalent, f2.8 to f4 lens, easy battery swap, incredible autofocus, crazy stabilization, full HDMI out and DC in. Need I say more? This is a camcorder. A type of camera that most videographers don't even bat an eye at. But why? We're so obsessed with these cameras that were originally created to take photos when this camera was created to capture videos. So why don't we even consider them in our lineup? In this video, I'm going to share my experience with using specifically the Sony Handycam FDR-AX700 over the past 2 years. I'm going to share the good, the bad, share the 3 types of people I think this camera is for, and share some examples of footage between this and a full-frame mirrorless camera along the way. So without further ado, hey, I'm Eric of Dolls to Films, but you can call me Dolly. I've been shooting weddings since 2018. Over the past 2 years though, I've been incorporating this into my lineup, and I think I finally know now where this tool fits. In my 2 years of using the Sony Handycam FDR-AX700, I've learned a lot, so let's start with the bad. One of the biggest struggles was color matching. While it has Cine 4 profiles, matching it to other cameras like Nikon or Canon has been challenging. It's difficult, and I'm no expert colorist, but that's one of the main reasons why I kind of stopped using it so much. Also, like the grain. The grain has like this texture to it that the full frame cameras don't. Maybe it's just this camera specifically, but you know, by looking at the footage, you can kind of tell, and you can't remove that. So I kind of have to add grain to the other footage, and sometimes you want it, sometimes you don't. To each their own. Another major downside is its performance in low light. It's great in well-lit settings like outdoor ceremonies or sunsets, but I wouldn't push it past ISO 400, and with Cine 4 locking you into a 320 ISO minimum, the footage starts to fall apart in darker environments. Menus. Now, I can't speak for all camcorders, but this is a Sony device, so you know, you Sony shooters, you know, if you know, you know, they're hard to navigate. The camcorder comes with a ton of features all in one package, like I mentioned earlier. Manual controls, dual recording, built-in NDs, and a 29 to 300mm equivalent zoom lens f2.8 to f4, flip-out touchscreen, custom white balance, full HDMI out, DC in, zebras, focus peaking, easy battery removal. It's even got a headphone jack. This makes it incredibly versatile, whether you're outside, inside, shooting a wide shot, shooting a close-up shot, or if one of your cameras goes down. I was able to shoot an entire wedding BTS series throughout a whole day of filming, currently running on my YouTube channel, and we only used like 4 of these batteries. Now this is a super rare thing that we don't really see too much nowadays, and that is unlimited recording time. That's right. As long as you have battery power and, you know, enough memory in your memory cards, you can just roll. If you have the DC plugged in, you can just record as long as you have memory. Or if you have the DC plugged in and the HDMI out, you can use it as a webcam like I am right now. Now I know many videographers may dismiss camcorders in favor of mirrorless cameras, and there's good reason for that, like shallow depth of field or low light performance. But here's why the Handycam can still hold its own in certain situations. With only a 1-inch sensor, you won't get much bokeh, so I zoom in as much as I can to create as much compression as possible, and trust me, non-filmmakers won't even know the difference. Getting a super tight shot on somebody is still impressive. I think we're just used to seeing that kind of stuff. So like I said, I've been shooting weddings since 2018, and since I started using a camcorder, I can definitely tell you people just react differently to this camera. Like they know that this is video and it's just less intrusive. In fact, people react more naturally, especially in setups like my video booth where they just speak freely. It's kind of like how people love the Fuji X100 series and the way that people react to that camera for photos, but this for video. So who is this camcorder for? There are 3 types of people I think a camcorder or the Sony Handycam FDR-AX700 specifically is perfect for. First, I'd say the hobbyist or consumer. If you're someone who wants to capture things like home videos, concerts, things like that with more than just a phone, this would be perfect for you. It's almost overkill for vlogging or recording home videos, but its ease of use makes it perfect for these everyday moments. You can just flip it to auto and let it do the work for you. The second person I'd say this is for is the photographer turned videographer. If you already have a great camera setup for photography and you know like what kind of lenses you like using for that, for your main shot, and you need just something else that can be a little bit versatile and is kind of set up for video, this is an amazing option. Whether it's for the main event or background footage during events like BTS, this camcorder will serve you well as a secondary camera or B cam. The third option I would say is the professional with a full setup. If you already got a great lineup of cameras, this could be your backup. It's the same price as a typical 70-200 lens, while also being the same size as one too, so it can jump into any role you need on a shoot. So, is a camcorder, or more specifically the Sony Handycam FDR-AX700, worth considering in 2024? Absolutely, if you know where it lands in your lineup. As a dedicated video booth camera, and sometimes a backup for other cameras, it has a permanent spot in my lineup. Sure, it has its limitations, but in the right situations, it's a solid workhorse. If you found this video helpful or have any questions about using a camcorder in a professional setting, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and share some insights. Don't forget to like, sub, and hit the bell for more content like this. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take it easy.